A good afternoon to you wherever you're tuned in this afternoon. We are live here at the Aga Khan University Center, where President Uhuru Kenyatta is arriving to give the university officially a charter. Now, if you're wondering what that is about, I'm about to explain in a second. But to tell us more about it, I'm going to invite one of our guests here, who is Dr. Eunice Ndirangu, who is the chair of the Nursing Council of Kenya and also the dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery. Thank you so much for being with us. If you could start by telling us the significance of the charter today.
So the significance of the charter today really is a rubber stamp to the kind of quality that Aga Khan University offers when it comes to its education program in various fields. It also is a mark of the fact that the university is committed to meeting regulatory requirements of the country where we are.
And for those who are wondering the kind of courses that are being offered at this university, can you tell us a bit about it?
I could tell you a little bit about the School of Nursing courses. So we have an upgrading program for Bachelors of Science in Nursing. We have an upgrading program for Bachelor of Science in Midwifery. We also have a Master's in Advanced Practice Nursing and a Master's in Advanced Practice Midwifery. We are also in 2022 going to start the undergraduate nursing education program. We are going to be targeting students who are straight from high school.
And for those who are wondering what it takes to become a student here at the university, what can you tell them?
As a university, we are open to putting in place or admitting students who are talented, who are making an impact wherever they are. So all we ask is you make an application, we'll do the interview process, and you'll be admitted as long as you meet the criteria.
And when it comes to, if you could tell us a little bit about the scholarship program. I understand there is one. What is that all about?
So good quality education is expensive. And because good quality education is expensive, it means, most students may not be able to afford to pay for it. So we have benefited from the generosity of our donors who provide financial support to our students. Our key main donors for the nursing programs is the Johnson & Johnson Foundation. We also have the KFW BMZ, who sponsor long short courses for our students. And then we also have other donors like the Elmer Foundation, which spends a lot of investments in midwifery practice training.
Now, I had seen a glimpse of what is being offered at the university when it comes to practical lessons. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. So as a university, we are very privileged to have a hospital that is well equipped, that has quality and provides quality care, and that provides a very good ground for training our students. In addition to that, we have what we call our Center for Innovation in Medical Education, which is really a simulation center that is highly equipped to provide various scenarios for our students, so that when they go to the actual workplace, they are able to fit right in and they'll have practiced the relevant skills that they need.
And for those who want to get into midwifery, what kind of tips do you have for them?
Sorry?
For those who want to do a course where you were currently the dean, what kind of tips do you have for them?
Tips for nurses and midwives, I have to say that as a profession, the profession has come a long way. It's now a profession that stands on its own, that has its own body of knowledge. And the only way to continue to advance the profession is by getting people to grow up in their careers, to take on leadership positions, but to really focus on ensuring that in their day-to-day work, they stand with the ethos that Nightingale stood for. And that is providing care that is compassionate and leading the way in improving the quality of our patients. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was Dr. Eunice Ndirangu, who is the dean currently of the Midwifery School of Nursing as well. Now remember, President Uhuru Kenyatta is currently here because he is officially giving the university a charter. With me right now is Professor Lukoy Atwoli, who is the Dean of the Medical College of East Africa. Thank you so much for being with us. If you could just come a bit forward. If you could start by telling us the significance of today for the university.
No, today is a very significant day indeed, because for any academic institution, any university, the day on which you're granted a charter is almost equivalent to the day on which you are born. You are now getting the status where you can stand together with your peers at the same level. You are the freedom to initiate programs that are regulated by the local regulator. And you have basically been given the freedom to expand, the freedom to grow, and it feels good.
And allow me to ask, for those who may not understand what a charter is, could you please explain that?
Okay. So a charter is an instrument that sets out what a university can do and how it can do those things. A charter is like the constitution for a university. And under the charter, then we write our statutes, we write our rules and regulations and so on, but everything emanates from the charter, which is granted by the government, by the president of the republic, who then allows the university to operate as a fully fledged institution in that country. Yeah.
And for those who are watching and wondering, when it comes to Aga Khan University and they're interested, what would you want to tell them, and why should they apply here?
So at the medical college at the moment, we have 9 master's programs, Master of Medicine programs, which lead to specialization. And we have 4 clinical fellowship programs that are currently running, and we usually advertise every year. Our intake for the Master of Medicine programs is early in the year, is in January. For the clinical fellowships, is advertised continuously based on the vacancies and capacities that come up. But we are developing additional programs, including an MBCHB program for training doctors, which we are looking at. We are going through regulatory processes and will advertise as soon as we get approval. We are also developing other master's programs in population health, a PhD program in health sciences. All those are coming online in the next few years. Yeah.
Could you tell us a bit about this facility?
Oh, the university center becomes the seat of the university in Kenya and in East Africa. This is where the provost of the university, or the vice chancellor, the deputy vice chancellors, the deans would all sit in this building. And there's a lot of teaching space as well. We have a new auditorium that has a huge capacity for the students, for the program that we are setting up. There are numerous teaching rooms. It has been designed as a modern urban campus, which has many open spaces for collaboration. Students and faculty can sit together, share ideas, innovate. So it is a space that is welcoming, but once you are in it, you feel compelled to study, you feel compelled to discover something new. And that is how the design has been done.
Now, granted, COVID-19 has been a completely unprecedented pandemic, correct?
What, sorry?
COVID-19. How has the university adapted to the pandemic?
So you will realize that the medical college, where most of our faculty and staff work at the university hospital, has been at the forefront in dealing with the most severe cases of COVID-19 that are brought to hospital requiring intensive care and critical care. We have served more than 1,000 patients since this pandemic began, and with very good outcomes, because our care has been based on protocols that we develop based on the data that we are able to collect from day one. The other thing that we have done, we have supported the government in developing policy around PPEs, around how long do you continue with physical distancing and so on and so forth. So we are working very closely with government in that. Our Brain and Mind Institute is working very closely with the Ministry of Health in dealing with the mental health aftermath of COVID-19. So we have programs right now on suicide prevention that we are supporting the Ministry of Health in developing suicide prevention policy, as well as in pursuing decriminalization of suicide, among other mental health initiatives that are related to COVID-19. And we have donated test kits, we have donated PPEs to different sections in the Ministry of Health, and we will continue doing this in the coming years, because our responsibility at AKU is not only to the people who come to the hospital, but it's a responsibility to impact the population around us and to work very closely with the government that we operate with in partnership, as well as other players in the health industry. We are here to demonstrate what is possible. So we do research and we develop programs that are of such high quality that people can look and see. When somebody is tempted to say this is not possible in Kenya, we tell them, look at the Aga Khan Medical College and the University Hospital. It is possible, and we can discuss how that can be done.
I understand President Uhuru Kenyatta is being given a tour of the facilities.
Yes.
What kind of facilities, what kind of equipment is in this hospital?
So there's a modern library. That is a beautiful space with books and electronic resources in the health sciences, in media, in leadership, and so on. So that's beautiful. But there's a lot of student spaces that are strewn out, including in this courtyard, where students can get a cup of coffee and sit and enjoy each other's company. We have numerous teaching rooms. We have a lab, modern lab for the health sciences. We have a simulation center that helps to train health practitioners so that they practice on dummies and they practice on electronic gadgets before they actually touch a real human being. So there's plenty of facilities here to facilitate a modern medical education, heavily technology assisted, but still giving the students a hands-on education in the health sciences. Yeah.
And for anyone who would want to apply, what would you tell them?
Come to AKU. I mean, there's no better place for you to come. If you want to study in the health sciences, if you're a doctor or a nurse looking for postgraduate education or to upgrade in the case of nursing, come to AKU. There's no other place to go.
Thank you very much. That was Professor Lukoya Twoli, who is the Dean at the Medical College of East Africa and is also the chair of the board at Mathare Mental Hospital. Now, at this university, it is not just medicine and nursing and midwifery that is being offered. There's also journalism. And in fact, I am joined by the Dean of the Graduate School of Media, Dr. Lawrence Pintak, to tell us a little bit more about that. Thank you very much. If you could just step forward. If you could tell us a little bit about the School of Media and Communications.
Certainly. We're dedicated to helping to increase the professionalism of journalists here in Kenya and across the region, as well as work with media leaders and working on the sustainability of the industry. And that's particularly challenging right now with the impact that COVID has had on the media. So it's very important to help work with the media to make this transition from print to digital, make the transition from old lines of funding to new lines of funding.
Now, for someone who is looking to apply for to do journalism and is considering the Aga Khan University, especially during a time like COVID-19, why would you tell them to join AKU, and what should they be coming out of this course having learned?
First and foremost, we're bringing to the region the top level of professionalism and experience in journalism on a regional and national and global basis. Our faculty are second to none, and our programs are designed specifically for the region, specifically for journalists who are covering Kenya, covering the greater EAC. We have two different programs. One is an executive master's in digital communication, an executive master's in media leadership and innovation for the top editors, the managing editors, the CEOs, etc., helping them looking at the direction of the industry. The second is the MA in digital journalism for younger journalists, 2 to 5 years in the business, helping them to take the level of skills that they have and bring that to a whole nother level. And the bottom line is that it's an unrivaled approach to journalism education.
And how many people have graduated from the School of Journalism and the Aga Khan University in total so far?
Well, the journalism school is very new. We only began the master's degree in 2018. So we've graduated about 25 students so far. We'll graduate some more at the end of this year. At any given time, we have about 75 students in the master's degree, and in our new executive media leadership degree, which just began in January, we have another 20, very select group of elite students. And as to the overall numbers for the university, I'm not quite sure.
Now, we're at this facility. I understand it costs $50 million, right? 5 billion Kenyan shillings. Will the journalist students also be studying here as well?
Yes,
and if so,
yes,
what?
We have 2 floors here in the building. We have our offices on one level, and then we have a state-of-the-art digital newsroom with new studios that are currently being built, radio studios, television studios, and convergence studios where students can learn to work across every platform.
What kind of tips would you have for someone who wants to apply then?
Learn about journalism on the basic levels, work a couple of years in the industry, and then have a hunger to get better and improve and bring a greater level of quality to journalism.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was Dr. Lawrence Pintak, who is the Dean and Graduate of School of Media and Communications. But let me give you a little bit of history regarding the Aga Khan University. So it was founded in Pakistan in 1983 by its chancellor, His Highness Aga Khan, who is actually joining us live on Zoom and may speak later on in the program. And it was established with additional campuses in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, followed by Afghanistan and the United Kingdom. The university is an agency of the Aga Khan Development Network, which is one of the largest private development organizations. Remember, right now, President Uhuru Kenyatta is touring the new facility here at the Aga Khan University Center. It will be where a lot of the courses will be held, including nursing, medicine, and journalism as well. So far, the university has graduated 4,000 students who now work as doctors, nurses, teachers, and journalists, both in the public and private sector in East Africa. Some of them have gone on to become leaders in various fields, which is something that the university is very proud of. In Kenya, the alumni hold leadership positions, as I've just said, in government, clinics, hospitals, schools, universities, and other institutions, and nearly 2/3 of the recent graduates in Kenya work in the public sector. 99% of the African nursing graduates. So that is why today is a very big deal for the university, because it has been cleared by the government, and that it is going to now be officially recognized as a charter university. Remember, I was telling you that the new facility that we're in, that the president is touring, cost 5 billion shillings and is state of the art, providing numerous facilities, numerous equipment. For example, those who are learning nursing will be given practical experience with a lot of the equipment that they have. They'll be practicing how to give birth to babies. They'll be practicing how to have surgeries. Very practical tests, very practical exams, which in the line of work that they will be doing is very, very important. As the president tours, I have to tell you that we are joined by His Highness Aga Khan, who is live on Zoom and may be speaking and addressing everyone later on in the program. But right now, President Uhuru is being given a tour of the facility. He's accompanied by the Cabinet Secretary for Education, George Magoha, along with the Regional Commissioner for Nairobi. After the tour, he will come back. He will come back down to the facility where he will give everyone a speech, as well as sign the charter and officially give it to the university.
I want to give over to the Secretary, Professor Mwenda, to take us through the signing of the charter. Professor.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Your Excellency, to the part where you sign the charter for the Aga Khan University, Kenya. Your Excellency, you will sign the first copy of the charter, which will be retained by the university. This marks the climax of this journey that the university has taken through these many years. Ladies and gentlemen, I can see His Excellency is signing the first copy of the charter. On this 11th day of June, the year 2021. The first copy has already been signed. Your Excellency, you will sign the second copy, which goes to the Commission for University Education. It will be kept in safe custody. Thank you, Your Excellency. The third copy will go to the Ministry of Education. As our parent ministry. Thank you, Your Excellency. And the fourth copy will go to the Attorney General, the custodian of the laws of Kenya. So as you can see, this is a very important document for this university. It's a milestone that will be witnessed by many. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, the charters have been signed. And now, to commemorate this great day, Your Excellency, sir, we ask that you officially inaugurate the plaque that shows that this charter has been given to this university on this day. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that wonderful gesture. This will be there remembered for hundreds of years. As you come to this university, you will know this day was a very important day. Thank you, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Excellency to the dais. Karibu sana.
May we be upstanding for the Kenya National Anthem and the East African Community Anthem. National Anthem. And now, Tilawat recitation by Isa Mohammed Abdi and invocation presentation by Esther Wanja Mwangi.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا صدق الله العظيم. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, and hold fast all together by the rope which God stretches out for you, and do not be divided among yourselves, and remember with gratitude the favor of God upon you, for you are enemies, and He joined your hearts together so that by His grace you became brethren.
Let us pray. Almighty and eternal God, you have revealed your glory to all nations. With honor and reverence, we come before your presence. Your righteousness and unfailing wisdom has illuminated our path to this historic gathering to celebrate the opening of the Aga Khan University Center and granting of charter. With a new building and charter, we reaffirm our commitment to our core principles: impact, quality, relevance, and access. Guide with your spirit of counsel and strength the students, staff, faculty, management, and council of this university, Lord. We pray that the teaching, learning, and research that will be conducted in this building will promote the welfare of the citizens of Kenya and bring glory to your name. Bless the hands and vocations of our donors, Lord. We commend to your unbounded mercy our leaders, His Excellency Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya, and His Highness the Aga Khan, our founder and chancellor. May they be empowered by your protection and continue to lead us. May the light of your divine wisdom direct the proceedings of this ceremony. Join our hearts in love so that by your grace we may become brethren. And now may your power, your spirit, and your presence be with us now and forevermore. Amen.
With your permission, Your Excellency, sir, please may we be seated. Your Excellency, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, the Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, His Highness Aga Khan, the Vice Chancellor and the President of the Aga Khan University, Dr. Feroz Rasool, the Commission for the University Education, the university leadership under the chairmanship of Professor Chacha, the staff, and the entire Aga Khan fraternity, Excellencies, the ambassadors, and the members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. With your gracious permission, sir, allow me to invite the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Feroz Rasool, to make his brief welcome remark. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, the Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya, His Highness the Aga Khan, founder and Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, and the Aga Khan University family, our supporters and friends. Hamjambo, Karibuni, good afternoon and welcome. My name is Feroz Rasool and I'm the President and Vice Chancellor of the Aga Khan University. Thank you all of you for joining us for two of the most important milestones in the history of our university in Kenya: the granting of the university's charter, as we just witnessed, and the inauguration of our new university center. We are especially honored by the participation of Your Excellency, President Kenyatta, whose presence here today makes this occasion all the more meaningful for all of us at the university. Were this ceremony occurring under other circumstances, we would have invited many more of our colleagues, friends, and supporters. But the pandemic is not over, and we must continue to take all the precautions necessary to ensure health and safety, including restricting the number of our guests this afternoon in order to allow for physical distancing. The Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, His Highness the Aga Khan, is unable to join us in person, as he would have very much liked to be here. However, His Highness will be participating or is participating virtually and will share his address with us later. And while our on-site crowd is necessarily limited, our faculty and staff and numerous friends and supporters of the university are watching our live stream online in Kenya and around the world, ensuring we have an audience worthy of this ceremony's significance. Thank you.
And now, Your Excellency, the Secretary to the Commission for University Education, Professor Mwenda Ntaragwi, will take us through the charter granting ceremony. Welcome, Professor.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Your Excellency. Allow me now, sir, to read the announcement from the Commission for University Education. On behalf of the Commission for University Education and in accordance with the Universities Act number 42 of 2012, I wish to confirm that the government of Kenya wishes to establish an institution in the name Aga Khan University, Kenya, situated in Nairobi County in the Republic of Kenya. This said Aga Khan University, Kenya has applied to the Commission for University Education for the grant of a charter in the manner prescribed under the Universities Act number 42 of 2012. The Commission for University Education has visited and inspected the said institution and is satisfied that the objects of Aga Khan University are consistent with the advancement of university education in Kenya. The Cabinet Secretary for Education is also satisfied that Aga Khan University, Kenya, be granted charter and has submitted the said charter to Your Excellency the President with recommendations thereon. His Excellency the President has certified that the granting of the charter will be of benefit to the advancement of university education in Kenya and has therefore agreed to award charter to Aga Khan University, Kenya. Your Excellency, sir, I now invite the Chairman, Commission for University Education, Professor Chacha Nyaigoti Chacha, to make his remarks. Karibu, Chairman.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Professor George Magoha, the Principal Secretary, State Department of University Education and Research, Ambassador Simon Nabukwesi, the Chancellor and the founder of the Aga Khan University, His Highness the Aga Khan, the Vice Chancellor of Aga Khan University, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, it is my honor and privilege to be part of this charter awarding ceremony. The Aga Khan University becomes the 21st private university to be chartered in Kenya. This is a milestone, not only to the institution, but also to our country, Kenya, given the fact that the university, the Aga Khan system, has already attained a global status. The university has cut a niche in the health care and health sciences programs and currently operates teaching facilities at the Aga Khan University hospitals, which offer medical sciences as well as nursing and midwifery programs. This offering aligns well with our government's development goals, such as the Big Four agenda, especially the universal health care. With its extended networks across the country and the region, I expect that the students studying here in this university will have expanded the opportunities and get to have opportunities to participate in internship and placements in all the other institutions that the Aga Khan system runs. Your Excellency, sir, the Aga Khan University is a long-term commitment to the countries in which it operates, has fostered a deep understanding of the people it serves. Due to its high standards of research and teaching, the university was selected to participate in the clinical trials of COVID-19 vaccines to share with and contribute to the global understanding of the impact of the vaccine on different groups, ethnicities, communities, and geographies. We expect that the university's new status as a chartered institution will catapult it to more such initiatives for good of humanity and our academic endeavor in the country. Your Excellency, sir, let me end my speech by calling upon the Aga Khan University to remain committed and steadfast to maintain quality education by closely working with the Commission for University Education in the process of nurturing students for local and global leadership in all the academic endeavors that will have been approved by the Commission for University Education. It is now my humble pleasure, with your permission, sir, to invite the Commission Secretary, Professor Mwenda Ntarangwi, to give his citation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chairman. Your Excellency, allow me now to read the citation. Whereas the government of Kenya wishes to establish Aga Khan University, Kenya, situated in Nairobi County in the Republic of Kenya, and whereas the said Aga Khan University, Kenya, has applied to the Commission for University Education for the grant of charter to provide for the establishment, control, governance, and administration of the university, and for connected purposes in the manner prescribed in the Universities Act number 42 of 2012. And whereas the Commission for University Education has visited and inspected the said institution and is satisfied that the objects of Aga Khan University, Kenya are consistent with the advancement of university education in Kenya, and whereas the Commission for University Education has submitted a draft charter, the text whereof is annexed hereto to the Cabinet Secretary for Education on the said institution, and the Cabinet Secretary is satisfied that Aga Khan University, Kenya be granted the charter. Your Excellency, sir, it is now my humble pleasure to invite you to read your citation and award the charter to Aga Khan University, Kenya. Welcome, Your Excellency, sir.
Thank you. Whereas the Cabinet Secretary for Education has submitted the charter to me with recommendations thereon, and whereas I, Uhuru Kenyatta, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, am satisfied that the granting of the charter will be of benefit to the advancement of university education in Kenya, now whereof, by these present, be it known that in exercise of the powers conferred upon me under the Universities Act number 42 of 2012, I, Uhuru Kenyatta, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, hereby grant the charter annexed hereto to the Aga Khan University, Kenya, on this 11th day of June in the year of our Lord 2021. Asante.
Thank you, Your Excellency. You can tell the crowd is excited about that award. We thank you very much for that award. And now, Your Excellency, allow me to call the chair to symbolically hand over the instruments from our side to the side of the university, because now the charter is theirs. Chairman.
Your Excellency, by the powers bestowed upon me as the chairman of the Commission for University Education, I now hand over the following instruments of authority to you, Your Excellency, for award to the Aga Khan University. I would request the Commission Secretary to explain one by one. We start with charter.
Your Excellency, that's the charter you signed. It gives them authority to award degrees and train. Ladies and gentlemen, the charter.
The next instrument is the mace.
Your Excellency, the mace is a symbol of Aga Khan University, Kenya's internal authority. Traditionally, the mace was a weapon of authority to protect the king. Today, it protects the knowledge.
Number 3, the logo.
Your Excellency, the logo is very symbolic. In there, you can see there is Arabic script that says that each person has been given a rope by God that they hold steadily and never deviate from it. There is a middle star there with 49 rays, each one of them representing the 49th Imam who founded this university. Every time this university is seen, you remember the leader, the imamat of that institution. Ladies and gentlemen, the logo.
Number 4, the seal.
Your Excellency, the seal signifies that the documents that are sealed are authentic and they have been given by this university. That seal is to be kept under lock and key and only accessible to people who are authorized to use it. Ladies and gentlemen, the seal.
Number 5, the accreditation report.
Your Excellency, the accreditation report is from the Commission for University Education. It outlines the various parameters of accreditation that the community here as a university has gone through, the programs being offered. If they want to offer any other programs outside that book, they have to come back to us to give them authority. Ladies and gentlemen, the accreditation report. And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to call again the President, since the instruments have moved from our side, to now hand them over symbolically by pronouncing the instruments have gone to the side of the university. Stand up, please, ladies and gentlemen.
By the powers bestowed upon me as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, I now hand over the following instruments of authority. 1, the Charter. 2, the mace. 3, the logo. 4, the seal. 5, the accreditation report to the Aga Khan University, Kenya. Pongezi, hongera sana.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You may be seated. Now we have received symbolically the instruments, and we know that His Highness is watching. We would like now to turn our attention to our screens to get a glimpse of His Highness, the Aga Khan, who is the Chancellor, and you will see he has already been installed with his beautiful gown as the Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, Kenya. Technical people, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, President Uhuru Kenyatta, Professor George Magoha, Cabinet Secretary for Education,
You can see him in the middle there, ladies and gentlemen, in his gown. And now may I call upon the representative of His Highness, the Aga Khan, to step down and hand over the maize to the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Feroz Rasool, which will symbolically now move the instruments from His Highness to the university's Vice Chancellor. The maize, please. There it is. That is the handing over of the power to undertake all the studies and degrees in this university. Ladies and gentlemen, when the maize is upstanding, it gives authority to the university to convene and confer whatever qualifications they are. If you go to a ceremony and you find it lying down, that ceremony is not legitimate. It always stands up. Thank you very, very much. You may be seated. And now I would like to ask Dr. Feroz to offer some words of encouragement in dedication of the instruments. Dr. Feroz.
Your Excellency, President Uhuru Kenyatta and the colleagues from the University Commission for University Education, we accept the instruments of authority with a prayer that we have the strength, wisdom, knowledge, and ability to deliver to the expectations that have been bestowed upon us by virtue of the grant of this charter. So thank you very much. I would now like to invite our Chancellor and Founder, His Highness the Aga Khan, to address the gathering today with his words. So if we could please have that. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, President Uhuru Kenyatta, Professor George Magoha, Cabinet Secretary for Education, Professor Chacha, Chairman of the Commission for University Education, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with the greatest satisfaction and the deepest gratitude that I accept the Kenya Charter of the Aga Khan University. My only regret is that due to the pandemic, I cannot be present in person to receive the instruments of authority and to celebrate this momentous occasion in the university's history. The Charter details AKU's functions, powers, obligations, and governance. But it is more than a legal document. It is a vote of confidence in AKU and all those who are part of it, our faculty, our staff, administration, students, alumni, friends, and supporters. Your Excellency, thank you for your confidence in the Aga Khan University. Thank you for creating an enabling environment that has allowed AKU to flourish, and for recognizing that private institutions can play a vital role in promoting public welfare. I would also like to thank the Commission for University Education, which has managed the difficult feat of acting as both a demanding regulator and a supportive partner. AKU is a better university because of the Commission's efforts to improve the quality of tertiary education in Kenya. In this venue, we see dramatic confirmation that the university is indeed thriving. Our new university center is a soaring embodiment of AKU's commitment to Kenya and determination to ensure that its people have access to the very best in higher education and in healthcare. It is also a testament to the power of giving. The construction of the center was made possible by the extraordinary generosity of a number of individuals and families who are joining us today, and whose names will be permanently engraved on its walls and glass balustrades. I am profoundly grateful for their support, as is the entire AKU community. While its charter is new, AKU is a firmly established institution in Kenya. It has been operating here since 2002 under a letter of interim authority from the government. Moreover, as an agency of the Aga Khan Development Network, the university is part of a wide-ranging effort to improve the quality of life in East Africa, and that dates back more than 100 years to the schools founded by my grandfather, Sir Sultan Muhammad Shah Aga Khan, in the early 20th century. Milestones in the network's history include the founding of enduring institutions such as Jubilee Insurance, the Aga Khan Hospital in Nairobi, now Aga Khan University Hospital, and the Nation Media Group, all of which have now been serving Kenya for more than 60 years. Today, I think we can say without exaggeration that AKDN and its agencies, including the Aga Khan University, are part of the fabric of life in Kenya and East Africa. What then has the university achieved in its first 2 decades? And what does its future hold? Let us begin with its accomplishments thus far. First, the university has educated much-needed leaders. In total, nearly 4,000 students have graduated from AKU in East Africa. Among them are more than 1,400 Kenyan nurses, doctors, educators, and journalists, 70% of whom, I would note, are women. Across the country and the region, AKU alumni are leading departments, institutions, and professional organizations. They are founding schools and clinics. They are winning awards, including Kenya's 2018 Teacher of the Year Award. They are raising standards in both the public and the private sectors, and in rural areas, as well as in cities. Second, AKU has developed into an institution capable of delivering problem-solving knowledge and of sharing its expertise with other organizations. AKU's Center of Excellence in Women and Child Health has published one of the most comprehensive analyses of maternal and child health in Kenya, and is working with its fellow AKDN agencies to help government health facilities in Kilifi and Kisii counties to improve health of thousands of women and children. Our Institute for Human Development has trained hundreds of professionals in the science of early childhood development and is conducting a multifaceted research and intervention project to support child development in underprivileged communities. The university's new cancer center is one of the few centers in sub-Saharan Africa equipped to conduct cancer clinical trials. As such, it will bring new treatments to cancer patients that would otherwise be unavailable in Kenya. Throughout the pandemic, AKU researchers have been working to deliver new insights and tools in the fight against the novel coronavirus. For example, the university is one of only 2 institutions in Africa to contribute to an international clinical trial that evaluated the use of the drug tocilizumab to treat patients with COVID-19. It is now part of the standard treatment protocol worldwide. AKU experts have also provided advice and training on caring for patients with COVID-19 to government clinics and hospitals. As these and many other efforts demonstrate, AKU is no ivory tower. It is deeply concerned with and connected to the lives of ordinary Kenyans. Third, the university has expanded access to high-quality healthcare and raised standards in healthcare delivery. The Aga Khan University Hospital, Kenya's only internationally accredited teaching hospital, and its 45 outreach clinics serve almost every major center in the country. The hospital also provides free health screening to tens of thousands of individuals through its medical camps. During the pandemic, the hospital has treated over 2,000 seriously ill COVID patients, conducted more than 76,000 tests for the coronavirus, and vaccinated over 10,000 people. All this was possible because we are the only private institution in Kenya to train special doctors who provide the country with much needed medical knowledge and skills. We also create opportunities for working nurses to upgrade their training to earn degrees at an international standard. Not to mention the master teachers we develop to improve schools and the journalists whose capabilities we raise to be able to report using multiple platforms, including digital media. In short, as called for in its charter, Aga Khan University has prepared individuals for constructive and exemplary leadership, responded to identified needs in the countries it serves, and provided meaningful contributions to society. In the years to come, it will continue to do so. Charter in hand and newly housed in a dynamic urban campus, unlike any other in the region, the university will launch new programs in nursing and medicine. And its new Nairobi-based Brain and Mind Institute will undertake cutting-edge research aimed at improving mental health, especially among women, adolescents, and disadvantaged populations. As its student body and its faculty grow in size, its visibility and impact will increase. New programs will come online. Much about the Aga Khan University will change. What will not change is its principle of uncompromising quality and its mission of improving quality of life in Kenya. I look forward to continuing to pursue that mission together with the university's trustees, faculty, staff, students, alumni, volunteers, donors, and partners. In accordance with the charter we have been granted today and with the support and encouragement of the Government of Kenya. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chancellor. Your Excellency, the Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya, His Highness the Aga Khan, Founder and Chancellor of the Aga Khan University, Professor Chacha, of the Chairman of the Commission for University Education and his colleagues, and the Aga Khan University family and supporters and friends. The inauguration of the University Center is a milestone whose importance to the Aga Khan University and to Kenya is signified by the presence of Your Excellency President Kenyatta. Thank you once again, Your Excellency, for joining us today and inaugurating the building. Thank you. We have just heard the university's Chancellor, His Highness the Aga Khan, express his gratitude to the government for its confidence in the Aga Khan University. AKU is also confident in Kenya and its people whose talent and hunger for knowledge are the foundation upon which this university is built. Indeed, it is because we are so confident in Kenya and its future that we have built the University Center that you have inaugurated for us today, Your Excellency. The center will be a springboard that launches a new era in the Aga Khan University's history in Kenya, an era that will witness the fulfillment of our ambitious plans for growth and impact. It will serve as the university's principal campus in Kenya, bringing together in one place, for the first time, our Medical College, School of Nursing and Midwifery, the Graduate School of Media and Communications, the Institute of Human Development, the Brain and Mind Institute, and other programs. It will enable us to establish new academic degree programs, implement new research projects, and substantially expand our enrollment. And it will continue, we will continue our financial assistance program to enable students who cannot afford the tuition fees to attend our university. This center, is one of the largest investments in higher education in Kenya's recent history, encompassing 37,500 square meters or 400,000 square feet, and constructed and equipped at a cost of over $50 million or more than 5.3 billion Kenya shillings. It features 2 towers with a total of 23 floors above and below ground, making it an example of a best-in-class vertical urban campus. Approximately 2,000 Kenyans were employed in designing, building, and equipping this facility. But more than its size or its budget, it is the convictions that the university embodies that makes it so significant. At the Aga Khan University, we believe that Kenyans deserve the very best. The center was designed by the internationally renowned architecture firm of Payette of Boston, Massachusetts, USA. In addition to AKU's other campuses, Payette designed buildings for some of the world's leading universities, including Harvard, MIT, Princeton, and Columbia. Payette was ably supported by the local architecture firm of Symbian, and the construction was carried out to exacting standards by Kenya's Lakshman Bai Construction Limited. We believe that education must evolve to keep pace with changing times and changing demands. Therefore, our classrooms are equipped with the latest technology for teaching and learning. Our laboratories are state-of-the-art. Our Graduate School of Media and Communications features a multimedia newsroom alongside radio and TV studios. And we are investing over $2.5 million or 270 million Kenya shillings to create East Africa's first cutting-edge facility for simulation-based healthcare education on the university's first floor, which Your Excellency just visited. The Center for Innovation in Medical Education will enable our nursing and medical students to hone their clinical skills using incredibly lifelike patient mannequins in highly realistic hospital settings. Students will be able to practice everything from delivering babies to caring for patients with highly contagious diseases such as COVID-19. As a result, our students will be exceptionally well prepared for the real-world challenges that they will face. We also believe that education and knowledge creation are social and collective endeavors. Today, research is typically collaborative, often interdisciplinary and increasingly international in scope. Hence, we have designed the University Center to stimulate interaction and intellectual exchange. We have courtyards, terraces, and a stunning atrium, and an outdoor amphitheater. All spaces that will bring faculty, staff, students, and visitors together in settings that uplift and inspire. We have an exhibition hall, an auditorium with video conferencing and streaming systems that will enable us to convene researchers and members of the public from across Kenya and well beyond. And we have that blend of diverse influences that characterizes the Aga Khan University. The distinctive red brick you see from Nairobi, the teak from Sudan, patterns inspired by architecture of the Islamic world, and the entrance portal that connects this campus to our campus in Karachi. As it fills up, the Aga Khan University Center will exude the cosmopolitan energy of a university at home in the 21st century and eager to forge connections across borders and boundaries of all kinds. It will be an exciting place to work, to learn, to teach, and to expand the frontiers of knowledge, as we have done with the recent clinical trials for treatments of COVID-19. Just as the Aga Khan University Hospital has been at the forefront of efforts to improve the quality of healthcare in East Africa through international standards and accreditation, AKU's new campus will be at the center of the drive to raise standards in university education and research in Kenya. That the University Center is such a place is due to the efforts of many people. We cannot thank our Kenyan and international donors enough, because without their generosity, this building would not have been possible. I'm grateful to all those whose courage and dedication made it possible to complete this immense project, despite the many challenges created by the pandemic. I also wish to thank the Ministry of Education and the Commission for University Education for their support and partnership. Finally, I wish to thank our founder and chancellor, His Highness the Aga Khan, whose vision, inspiration, and insistence on uncompromising quality has enabled this university to make a tangible difference in so many people's lives. Thanks to all our supporters, the Aga Khan University will be educating leaders, advancing knowledge, and improving the quality of life in Kenya from this one-of-a-kind building for many, many decades to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Firoz. May I ask you to go back to the podium and invite the Cabinet Secretary to speak.
My apologies. I think there's a little confusion on the arrangements. Your Excellency, the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Professor Magoha, please address the audience.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Kenya Defense Forces, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, His Highness the Aga Khan, all protocol observed. I feel extremely at home here because this is actually where I belong. I look like I'm back to my waters. And Your Excellency, allow me just to say one or two things about this place, the way I've known it since 1988. I have worked in this facility as a surgeon since 1988 until I became too busy doing other things for you. And being a family of doctors, my wife has also worked here, so has my son, and at the present moment, my daughter-in-law is a student here. So we have absolute confidence in this university. One more thing to say, without fear or favor, with your permission, that I'm very glad indeed, because the hospital is on the other side. What is giving this place the university look is the building that we have inspected today. And I want to thank the Aga Khan and the Ismaili community for having ensured that this building now exists, and together with the hospital across the road, Your Excellency, everything they have said is true. So you can take it to the bank. Your Excellency, it is now my humble and pleasant duty to welcome you to address this congregation. You are welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you. Please be seated. Stand, sit. Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry, I'm just getting myself organized here. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no event that I look forward to more than one like this that involves the education sector. And this is because education helps us to prepare for the days and years ahead, which is a key pillar of our vision for a better Kenya. The possibilities brought forth by education and knowledge drive dreams, fuel innovation, spur gender equality, and create limitless possibilities for individual as well as national progress. Today is a day that will feature prominently in the history of our nation, the day that we empowered a generation and expanded the capacity for delivering our destiny. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it is great to know that His Highness the Aga Khan has joined us to celebrate the culmination of this endeavor, though virtually. The Aga Khan University's journey for the award of a charter started in earnest almost 3 decades ago. By being focused, committed, and working hard, we can see today the enviable results of that decades-long process. This university is integrated with the Aga Khan Hospital, which itself offers training and health services to our people in a manner that finally balances the theoretical, practical, as well as the empirical aspects of education. Ladies and gentlemen, the long-standing partnership between the Kenyan government, the Ismaili community, and the Aga Khan Development Network spans well over 100 years. And this relationship has brought about tremendous benefits to the welfare of many Kenyans across the country. Indeed, the Ismaili community's contribution to the education sector traces back to 1905, when the first Aga Khan school opened in Nairobi. After the end of the First World War in 1918, His Highness the Aga Khan's grandfather began establishing an educational network in East Africa, the foundation of the wide footprint that we all enjoy in the present day. The solemnity of this ceremony is affirmed by the fact that the university and the hospital, whose benefits have been enjoyed by millions of Kenyans, also features graduate training that takes in the best students, regardless of whether they can afford to pay their fees or not. Many of the students admitted to the Aga Khan University, as well as the hospital, are supported financially by the institution, thanks to the courtesy of its commitment to humanity through service. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea of the Aga Khan University came about in the mid-1970s with the dream of creating a university in the developing world which would have the highest international standards. That dream university, which is today's reality, was meant to offer the best education while improving the quality of life of all those within its reach. Today, that noble idea has come to fruition, and today we can be proud to say we have the first world-class university focused on some of our key growth areas in our society, including healthcare, education, media, and communication. There is an evolving momentum for quality assurance in institutions of higher learning, and it is therefore paramount that the Aga Khan University, and indeed all universities in our country, align themselves to the promotion of quality education. You must all strive to remain compliant to both the pragmatic and institutional standards set by our professional regulatory bodies, such as the Commission for University Education. On our part, and the part of our regulatory institutions in the education sector, each must execute its mandate fully in order to guarantee the quality of university education in our country and to ensure that this is not compromised. Regulatory standards are not mere exercises in box ticking. They are the lifeblood of a vital process that ensures that learning delivers tangible results for both learners as well as our nation. To the Aga Khan University, I urge you to build on this century of excellence and distinction by striding forward with ideas centered on knowledge, inquiry, discussion, authenticity, truth, application, critique, care development, and action. Today, my call to you is to commit to become a leader in the healthcare, media, communication, and hospitality, stay abreast with the changes in the world, and provide solutions to the many challenges brought by an ever-changing world. In the last year, the challenges we have faced arising from COVID-19 call for strategies and solutions that are multifaceted and multidisciplinary, and I trust that this university will answer that call. Permit me also to use this occasion to appeal to all researchers and practitioners in our country to do all that is necessary to find solutions for our healthcare challenges, especially with regard to non-communicable diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. We know, for example, even with regard to our new viruses that have set foot not only in Kenya but across the globe, we've tended to participate with our other partners in the trials for vaccines, in the clinical trials for drugs to treat viruses, but it is most unfortunate that when it comes to application, we are not necessarily as good, and we end up being last on the list, Madam. So it is about time that we started trying to develop our own solutions and to be able to treat our people first. As I conclude, let me say that given the long-established tradition of offering high-quality education in this country, upon which this institution is based, I urge the Aga Khan University to invest in research and training that will support our new focus on competence-based curriculum. The competence-based curriculum is a revolutionary step that we took as a country to provide our learners with 21st century practical skills relevant to the needs of the present day. I trust and believe that the Aga Khan University will deliver on the same and produce excellent graduates who can tackle a multitude of challenges, improve their current situations, and positively affect our society to become responsible global citizens. Once again, congratulations to the Aga Khan University, and may God bless Kenya. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. May we be upstanding for the national anthem. Thank you so much. I most humbly request that we remain standing as His Excellency takes his leave. And I request those who are taking the photo kindly to proceed to the dais at where we are taking the photos. Our first photo, as I said, is the leadership. That is the Vice Chancellor, Aga Khan, the 3 trustees, the AKDN, that is the Aga Khan Development Network Diplomatic Rep, the Provost, the Vice Provost, the Head of Finance, Head of HR, Head of Health, The second photo will be CUE. The third photo will be the students, and then the provost office. Kindly we meet the rest of us to remain here, please.
You have it, the Aga Khan University is officially a chartered university. That makes it a fully fledged university. Part of the charter details for the AKU include functions of power, obligation, and governance. It sets forth the university's mission, which is to improve quality of life by educating individuals for leadership in the knowledge-based economy. One of the key things that the president gave to the university was something that you'd call instruments of authority. It included a mace, logo, and seal. Also, what happened was the inauguration of the Aga Khan University Center, which is a 5 billion Kenyan shilling project, state-of-the-art, that includes a lot of new equipment and facilities for many of the courses that are being offered, from medicine to journalism and education. The center also features an array of spaces that will enhance the experience of working and learning for faculty, staff, and students, including a state-of-the-art library, something that the university is very proud of, as well as various other simulations that some of the students will be going through. The university has been in effect since 1983, which is when the chancellor the chancellor, His Highness Aga Khan, inaugurated the university, but it first started off in Pakistan in 1983 and then established additional campuses here in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. One key thing about this new center is that a lot of the courses that have been spaced out in various locations in the country will be held here in the 5 billion Kenyan shilling state-of-the-art center. 4,000 students have already graduated from various courses. Doctors, teachers, nurses, journalists even have all gone through this Aga Khan University. The president was here, was given a tour of it, as well as the Cabinet Secretary for Education, George Magoha. In order to get a charter, one should note the government has to officially clear the university, and it has to have met certain requirements, like having an adequate library, having adequate space, having an adequate ratio of teachers to students, having even something like having well-aerated rooms. And for the Aga Khan University, that has happened for it. It has taken roughly a decade to get here, but it is a very important event today. His Highness the Aga Khan also graced the event live on Zoom and also expressed his excitement over the charter. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it due to the pandemic, but he did send his regards to all the students and the teachers and the faculty, and even President Uhuru Kenyatta. The Cabinet Secretary for Education, George Magoha, was also here and gave his sentiments, congratulating the university for clearing the charter, for being able to get the charter, amongst various other sentiments. Now, the university is an agency of the Aga Khan Development Network, which is one of the world's largest private development organizations, and its roots, the AKDN roots in Kenya, have been here for quite a while, almost a century, and its activities have benefited millions of Kenyans every year. The Aga Khan University is a pioneering, non-profit private university that works to improve the quality of life in developing worlds and beyond. A lot of the students who have come through the AKU have gone on to become leaders in various positions, not only in the public sector but in the private sector as well. As I had said, 4,000 students have already graduated from the university. Some are doctors, some are nurses, some are teachers, some are journalists. Today also saw the inauguration of the Aga Khan University Center, which is a 5 billion Kenyan shilling initiative. It will be the seat of the institution in Kenya and provides the state-of-the-art research and learning facilities in an array of spaces that will enhance the experience of working and learning for faculty, staff, and students. That's it for me here at the Aga Khan University Center. Thank you for staying tuned. Back to normal programming.